I just want to thank Kentucky and Coach Skinner for agreeing to do this, and also 84 Lumber. I thought both were really good events that were, attended well, and they both felt big time. And I think, I know the athletes appreciated the fan attendance on both ends. I thought they came out and played really hard, and we didn't really have an answer for Rutherford. She was dominant, so they definitely pushed us to the edge. But I think that we answered that with some really good offensive performances of our own, and I thought Emma Monks was a force in the middle. Olivia had a great game, and I thought Rachel, especially in some tight moments, made some really good setting decisions. So we feel really good about beating that good of a team 2 times.
After losing to BYU in that first match, how have you guys sort of improved and worked on things going forward? And obviously this weekend it showed with those 2 wins against Kentucky.
Well, the 2 things about that were, one is our pins hit negative in that match, and so I think there's a level of, hey, we just need to play better, but then there's some, I think as a team we didn't set well, so we've been focusing a lot on setting and putting our pin hitters in better positions, especially in the long rallies. And I also think we've been focusing a lot on, just working harder in transition, and so it's been paying off.
Coach, usually it takes freshmen a little bit of time to settle in, but it feels like Olivia and Tori kind of just hit the ground running. You can't even tell they're freshmen out there. Can you speak just to the level of them adjusting and their impact so far?
Yeah, well, all 4 of them I knew would be ready to play right away, and whether they would, I don't know, but I knew they'd be ready. They have all played at a very high level. They've represented USA, and Tori and Olivia, they really like a big stage, and but at the same time, after the Kentucky game, it kind of occurred to me. I asked both of them. I said, "Was that the biggest crowd you've ever played in?" And they both said, "Yeah, it was." So I think they're just athletes that just enjoy a big crowd. So excited about that.
Olivia, it was your first match at home as a Pitt Panther. What did it mean to you to get the win today in front of a pretty big crowd here at the Pete?
It was pretty meaningful, especially since our first game against Kentucky was their first home match, so I knew they wanted, to do the same thing to us. So it meant a lot. It meant even more because of that fact. But, just being out here was honestly a really huge and, important feeling for me. I've been thinking about this day for so long, and the fact that it just happened is crazy. So it was really important. It was a huge match. Very proud.
Olivia, you also had a team high in kills, and you did really well getting a lot of blocks as well. Dan told me earlier in the season that you'd be sort of floating around the net. How have you done so far in terms of your performance and just dominating at the net against the team so far?
I would say I'm doing pretty well. What a lot of the coaches tell me is just to not think, because that's when I start to do the roughest. So if I'm just I was just kind of just playing today. I wasn't really thinking. I was just working with the ball, and whatever happened, and it just happened to work out. So very content. Yeah.
Olivia, what is it about big stages that you like so much?
Honestly, I really think I like the attention. That's a really bad, probably not the best thing to say, but I really do. So, yeah.
Was it cool to have such a big crowd today?
Oh, it was so cool, and especially since they were actually cheering for us and not against us. So that was fun. Yeah.
Dan, with Chia and Bree not playing, Chia played a little bit today, but not as much. Rachel and Emma really stepped up their game. What have you liked so far from them this season?
I am really, Bree's been in our practice gym by a small margin slightly the strongest, so we know that she's kind of earned the right to be out there. And Chia is coming back a little bit from an injury, but the other 3 spots is on any given day, I don't know what to do. They all are competing so hard and really, and you can see how important it is when a player like Bree gets an injury that someone as good as them can come in. So super pleased with our middle position.
Rachel, can you speak to what you think went wrong in the set that you guys lost?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just got a little loose. We won the first set. We came out strong. I think we just went in a little divot. But I feel like we did a good job staying in the fight. We started off down. We fought back. We just needed to keep going up instead of up and down. But I think staying in the fight helped us for the third set to come out strong, and our response was pretty aggressive, which is always a good thing.
Rachel, in terms of this team, what is the biggest difference in terms of maybe quality or just the way you guys play compared to last year's team?
I mean, we have like our Pitt volleyball standards, but in terms of differences, I would say it's just like a younger, more we have so many personalities on the court, like big personalities, which has been really fun just in practice, and then it shows on the court in games, so it's been fun.
Did either of your confidences waver after dropping that second set going into the third and fourth one, because it seemed like the team came out really strong following the second set?
Personally, it fires me up. I mean, we wanted to fight back, so in between the sets, we all met, we all agreed that our response would be important, and we came out strong.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I feel like that second set kind of lit the fire, you know? I feel like it really pushed us and pissed a lot of us off, which made us play even better, so. Yeah.
Rachel, can you speak to just the freshmen and their ability to just, come in with no hesitation?
Yeah, I mean, all four of them, they're all elite players. We are very grateful that they're at Pitt. Yeah, they add to the level on the court, and they're all amazing people. It's been a great experience.
Coach, what did you say about your serving game today? I know Kentucky had 15 service errors, but what did you think about how you guys performed in that part of it?
I would have liked to serve a little tougher, but I also didn't want to miss because we were doing such a good job defensively. So my message was probably, was keep the pressure on a little bit, just because we were scoring points at a pretty high rate. So I didn't want to. I think they came in pretty ramping it up. They wanted to serve really tough, and we are very aggressive offensively, but maybe not always as aggressive from the service line. I like to make sure that they're handling the ball, especially in tight situations.
Speaking about defense, you guys had a lot of crazy saves today. Do you feel like the defense is where you want it to be at this point in the year?
I thought we played great defense today, and I think one of the things we've talked about is being a team that in any row we can go on a run, and so to do that you have to have a great block and a great back row and good serving, and so that's kind of been one of our I guess not mantras, but sayings, any rotation we can go on a run, and so we don't feel like there's a row that we can't do that.
Anyone else have any questions?